Hello, everybody, and welcome in to Moon Summit Mystery, our final episode, episode 6. As always, I'm Strange Tangents, joined by my amazing wife, Red Panda, aka Mrs. Strange. Uh, and yeah, it all comes down to this. So we've been through 5 episodes. We've eliminated how many
We've
suspects?
eliminated three.
3 suspects out of the 5. We're down to the last 2. So, if you are not caught up on episodes 1 through 5 yet, don't worry. If you're watching this on YouTube, there's going to be a link right up there, okay? So, big spoiler warning, and a link right up there that should be popping up so this way then you can go to that playlist and be able to catch up on some past episodes. Our goal this episode is to name the killer and get justice for Toby. So, without further ado, I think we're going to just dive right into it. I'm excited for this episode, and I know you definitely are excited as well.
It's been very heart rating.
Right? Yeah, exactly. So, let's head on over to our evidence room, and we'll start breaking out the evidence. So there's our evidence list, along with our objective. I hope everybody is having fun today and having a fantastic day, night, evening, wherever you may be.
That's ironic. I just bought one of these for my glasses. It's like some little pouch that has like a little camera wipey in it that would like clear your glasses or your camera lens off quickly.
There you go. Lanyard and
it's like a lanyard version.
Okay.
That's schmancy. Okay. I can actually use that. Alright, let's see here. So it was
I haven't
so this was in his backpack. Okay.
That looked very specifically folded in that little bag. So I honestly have not didn't do any kind of like evidence photos this time. And so
it does look awful folded in the bag, but it doesn't feel very hard.
So
well, we'll pull it and have to see.
Yeah.
Because sometimes they just fold together and then fold in on themselves.
Very true, yeah.
But I agree with you. Normally there's something. There's always something. And this one was in his backpack, so we know this was actually his compared to everything else being lost everywhere. So we'll play with it a little bit. So that's exciting.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's pretty cool. So it would make sense a photographer would have a lens wipe, though.
Right.
Yep.
Absolutely.
All right, so we got the Amy's letter. Oh, and Michelle's letter. Okay. And then, what we got here? Where's he? I swear, I'm fine. Like... And then we turn the camera on, and the yawns just come hitting. All right. Ooh, mercy. There's a lot of writing in this sucker. Okay, so we've got something with a C. So we're going to assume this is somebody from the trip.
That's probably pocket journal.
I concur. And I see a lot of capitalized writing, so I'm going to call it Conrad.
All right.
I just have a theory. He writes in capitalized letters. It's just my theory. I can't prove it yet.
Okay.
Oh, we got more of Toby's journal. So as I was going back through all the notes, she was finding pages randomly places. She wasn't finding the full journal. The full journal's just missing.
Okay.
And like the first time we found the journal, it was in like a chunk of photography notes. So
okay.
I'm very fascinated by this. It looks like another page of what I've now deduced to be Emma's drawings regarding her her drawings. Oh, that's cute. A little bookmark.
Okay. Yeah, we got the bookmark. So we've got
my god.
We have the field journal page.
Awful.
Yeah, that's yeah. So bookmark, pocket journal, field journal page. We had Toby's notebook page as well.
Yep.
The PI letter, Amy letter, and then that looks like the email chain that's on here as well. And then the lanyard and keychain are on here as 2 separate items, but they're in the same evidence bag and they're hooked together. So,
okay. Well, that bookmark has me a little nervous now. So that's going to be a hoss to get through. So let's not go there yet. Let's go with something else first.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. So
it's gonna be brutal. Let's just hope it's not essential to solve the investigation.
Right.
There goes the kid on cue.
Yeah.
All right.
We haven't fed her dinner yet. All right.
So if we feed her now, she wants to eat again in like 3 hours.
Right. Exactly.
We're not doing that.
We're just such neglectful parents.
We're so stern.
I know, right?
All right. Let's start with Gray investigations.
We'll ever give you enough lovins.
Sorry, guys. Okay. Okay, we're down to 2. Thanks for your effort. We're down to 2 suspects, Conrad and Emma. Because this investigation is at a critical stage, I've put my other work on hold to catch up on the facts and review your findings. From what I can deduce, both remaining suspects have a little to no evidence to corroborate their alibis. Did either of them not have the means or opportunity to commit the murder? As far as motive, it's always difficult to prove, but if you have any strong theories, there should be evidence somewhere to support them. In my experience, it's rarely just one piece of evidence that reveals all the answers. According to Amy, this package contains the last materials from the expedition archives that could be potentially relevant. Cases have been solved with less, but I assume it'll require you to do some serious connecting of dots. If you keep your cool and really look at the details, I know you'll pull it off. Amy has figuratively been on your side this whole time, so I don't have to tell you how important it is that we solve this case for her. That makes this your last assignment. Identify the murderer. I doubt that we'll be lucky enough to find a smoking gun, given how much time has passed, and how fragmented the documents are. Still, with enough circumstantial evidence, it should be possible to determine who killed Toby. Be sure to log in at the desktop. When you've identified the murderer, send me a message. If you're stuck, text me and I'll help you out. Either way, I've tracked down the suspect's current addresses. I have connections with the local police in the area, so I've notified them of the situation. I'll be waiting to give them a call as soon as I get your message. I want to get the killer in front of a judge as soon as possible. Just say the word and we'll close the case for good.
Okay. So,
That one?
so you did not see anything in there where there was documents on the desktop, right?
Mm-mm.
Okay, perfect. So that's what I wanted to make sure, because I thought it, like earlier, like when I was compiling everything,
I think it'd be her that would tell us that, though, wouldn't it?
Well, maybe, but there was nothing in hers, and
Okay.
I don't think there was anything in hers either. But we'll read through it.
I mean, you could go to the website, and I can tell you really quick, because I've spent like all day studying, so I can tell you what the website looks like without question on if it's anything new or not.
There may be some stuff that we may have to use daring, but there wasn't anything new that was there that was, or at least nothing mentioned in either of these.
I just figured if we just go to like Deviant Track really fast, I'll be able to very quickly recognize if anything's like, whether now or later, I feel confident I could recognize if anything's new, because like I said, I've been studying for the past 2 hours.
There you go. So there's audio, nothing new there. Gallery.
Nope, nothing new there. It was the 10 from
samples.
Before. Samples, yep, nothing there.
Tools.
That's the decoder stuff.
Videos.
Yep. Nope. That's all the same.
Yeah.
Nothing exciting. Cool.
Yep.
You might have to read this one. Oh, hell yeah. Yawning. My excitement's getting the better of me.
Right? Okay. Let's see here. Let me grab this one. We're looking at this next letter is going to be from Amy. This is our contact that we've been having through this case. So, investigator, you've done such amazing work throughout this whole case, and we're so close to the end. I'll admit I've been feeling somewhat helpless. Despite how quickly the investigation has been moving, despite how quickly the investigation has been moving, I can only do so much, and that's hard to accept. But I trust your skills as an investigator, and I know you can finish this. Some good news. I was able to find the last page of Toby's notebook. It recounted his last days, and he mentioned just how weird things were getting near the end of the expedition. It was difficult to read, and I had to keep pausing to just get it together. I miss him a lot, but I can't let myself get too consumed by those feelings right now, when we're so close to solving his murder. Helping you finish out the investigation comes first. I've sent you a few more things to help you with closing out the case. I did some more digging on Emma and Conrad, hoping that my archive digging and privacy snooping would amount to something substantial. I went to Conrad's office to deliver something from another science department professor, but he wasn't there. I couldn't pass up the opportunity to poke around, and I found a small journal buried in his desk drawer. So I did what I do best. I took the damn thing. Not only that, I also found another page of Emma's field journal. Both suspects kept a journal during the expedition to write their thoughts, but judging by the content, they each had something to hide. I also had a personal aha moment. After all this time, I'd never considered trying to log into Toby's university email account. He uses the same handful of passwords for everything and tends to write them down, and amazingly, his email account was still active. I was able to log onto his account and view his emails. There was an exchange Toby had with international terrain that I think you should see. Something about it was so off. Toby's photography portfolio was attached to his email exchange with the magazine. When I saw that, I realized that there might be something I can still do for him. I want to let the magazine know what happened to him and ask them to publish his photos in commemoration. Catching his killer is one thing, but with this, we can honor Toby in some small way. Thank you for all your help. I hope you can bring the killer to justice for me and for Toby.
Hey. So it sounds like she got into his stuff for us, and we're not supposed to get into it ourselves because she doesn't give us his username anywhere.
Yeah. So, well, it was into the email. It didn't say that it was into like a university portal.
Well, the only thing I had was a password from a journal entry. He didn't have anything else.
Oh, okay. So we didn't have a username.
You know what? What if whoever got into his computer the night he died stole that journal page out of his journal and used it to get into his account? Remember?
Very
oh my gosh, I just thought of that. So, like, yeah, because someone got onto his computer at the same time he was being murdered. So by deduction, whoever killed him probably is the one who did that, or maybe didn't do that since they're also out there killing him.
Right.
Maybe someone got into his computer and it was a different person than the person who was actually attacking and killing him.
Very possible.
So maybe they stole that journal entry. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't even think of that before now. My brain's like running a mile a minute now.
Okay.
Cool. So stuff is off. We gotta look into it and see what we think of it. Got it.
Yep. So next up is going to be the email line. It looks like.
Oh, is that the email that she's talking about that's off?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's talking about something in the emails was just off.
Okay.
So and all your copies should be on were on the table down there.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. In case you want to write on stuff or highlight or do anything you want to do.
Sounds good. I had to let the baby out. She was being very persistent.
Right. Hey, when you gotta go, right?
Yeah. I don't know if she had to go or had to go meet a duck friend. There were two ducks out there hanging out.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the email exchange between Toby and the international terrain. So, all right. So it's titled Ghost Links Photograph Submission. So is kind of the
this from
title
June.
of it.
Okay.
So June 6th. All right. So 2 international terrain submissions. Dear International Terrain Editorial Team, I am a photography graduate student at Whitlock University, currently working on the Whitlock Alaskan Ghost Lynx expedition, an effort to find proof of a new species of lynx. As a member of this team, I am working directly for renowned zoologist Dr. Conrad Willingham. I am reaching out to you to see if your organization would have any interest in publishing a series of my photographs from this undertaking. I have enclosed a selection of my portfolio for your review and look forward to hearing back from you soon. Thank you for your time, Toby Mendia. And then has one attachment. Which
are we able to see it?
No, because it's a
PDF.
Well, no, it's printed in here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
So it's printed evidence here.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, this is interesting because he signed an NDA, so how's he going to get around that?
I don't know.
Okay, so August 15th. Okay.
So, yep. So now we're back, and now
Ooh, like that's a 6-week delay. Wow.
Oh yeah, like so. That's I mean, now you're talking what, 2 months?
Like close, yeah.
I mean,
6 to 8 week delay.
June 6th to August 15th.
Yeah, June to July, July to August.
Yeah,
you're right.
2 months.
Yeah.
So Mr. Mendia. So this is also what, 3 days?
It's like a week or two.
Or no, it's like a week.
29th, yeah.
So 29th. So it's like a week or two, before his murder. So
yeah.
Mr. Mendia, thank you for reaching out to International Terrain. I am pleased to announce that our publication would love to look over your body of work from the expedition, particularly anything featuring the new species you have set out to discover. Please send me whatever you can as soon as possible so I can pass your images along to our editorial team. I'm looking forward to working with you. Henrietta Brown. Dear Mrs. Brown, this is from Toby back to the team.
Oh, on the same day.
On the same day, absolutely. Absolutely. I would love to send you anything and everything that Whitlock University doesn't want the copyright of. This expedition will be over in a month, and I'll get in contact with you again as soon as I return. Thank you so much for this opportunity, and I look forward to working with you in the future.
Well, that sounds like a very vague offer. The way he had phrased it in his journal, like it was like a pretty much done deal, sold. They're gonna pay him for some stuff. That doesn't seem like nearly as much. I mean, because we're not even talking specific photos yet. and anything he's possibly going to sell has to make it through the NDA Whitlock University allowance, which they could control everything just pure out of spite.
Right.
So it's kind of interesting.
August 29th at 10:12 p.m.
Okay, so this is not him.
So from 9 p.m. to 10:15 p.m.
It's definitely not him.
Yeah. Hello, welcome in.
Hi.
Yo, Exquisite with the tier 1 sub for 24 months.
What?
2 years.
Oh,
Wow. I can't believe it's been that long. Okay.
Oh, that's crazy. I missed you.
Let's see. Did somebody redeem first? I saw you redeem second, Exquisite. I don't know that I saw anybody redeem first.
Oh, I thought I did. Not so much. Right at the beginning?
Huh? No. Redeemed a channel point redemption.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought someone had, like they were first into the chat, but I guess I could have been wrong. You're not.
Oh, you didn't even look. You just automatically grabbed second. Nope, Katie's out on vacation, so there you go. Boom. Now Exquisite's now first. There you go.
Yeah.
All right.
That's Emma.
Okay, so it says so this is from supposedly from Toby Mendia. However, the time of that this email was sent is after his time or like right at the tail end of his time of death. So because his time of death was between 9 p.m. and 10:15 p.m. on the 29th, and this was sent at 10:12 p.m. So there's no way.
Could have done technically if she had killed him like right at 9:05.
Right, but there's no way
she ran like the Dickens to get back to camp.
Yeah, so but this was definitely not Toby.
Definitely not Toby.
But Toby sent or supposedly telling International Terrain, "I changed my mind. Your hostile actions towards the well-being of our planet are disgraceful, and I have no interest in further dealings with your reprehensible company. Don't contact me again."
I'm sorry, I'm laughing. That is so Emma.
It says, Mr. Mendia, I'm disappointed to hear about your change. This is on the next day at 8:43 a.m. I'm disappointed to hear about your change of heart. I'm not sure what actions you are talking about, but I do hope you will reconsider. International Terrain's offer to publish your photographs of the ghost link still stands, regardless of the personal feelings of either party. Regards, Henrietta Brown.
See, that's the one thing I'm super confused about is in all of Toby's writing, he acts like he's there to take photos of ghost links, but he's just taking photos of everything because Alaska's beautiful.
Right.
And he's wanting to create a portfolio gallery and sell that. So, like, he's not just trying to sell the ghost links images that probably don't exist because we have no proof it exists so far. Good Lord, that's so funny. That just, I love it. Reprehensible company and planet disgrace. That screams Emma. Emma, very, very emotional, very hostile, and very volatile when it comes to anyone who disagrees with her train of thought.
Right.
So, that's funny.
More than likely, I am agreeing with you that is more than likely.
Because the only other person would be Conrad, and that just does not sound like the way Conrad would be talking. Conrad's more like confident, cocky, pompous, thinks highly of himself, really chummy, friendly.
Trying to see if the blacked out emails were actually truly blacked out on that, or if it was. But it looks like they are. Yeah. Okay.
We still may find an email in there somewhere. I don't know.
So that's on your screen now, Chad. That's what we were just reading.
I gotta get the demon altogether.
So that is the about the I changed my mind, which is all right here. So definitely not Toby. So next up, we've got the final page of Toby's notebook. I am not looking forward to this bookmark thing. Yeah. In case you missed it, chat, this is the bookmark.
Oh my god.
And it's got the Morse code on the back.
It's Morse code, but with spacing difficulties, which makes figuring out the wording pretty impossible, frankly, from the last year.
So that one might be
so bad. We might be cheating on that, but we will give it a go. We will at least
will give it a go.
Well, because we know the slashes mean words now, so that gives us something to work with.
Yeah.
So, that would be a word. So we've just got to start somewhere until we can piece it together.
Right. Okay, so next up we've got is Toby's notebook page.
Ooh, sweet. I finally cracked who's who.
Okay.
It was not easy.
You finally tracked who's who on the
So on the page? F-stop, he has the F-stops, and he names who's who and what's what. So I finally cracked who's who. So as we go through, I'll kind of fill it in.
Okay. So on the 19th of August, it says, spending less and less time with F4 since she banished me from working with the documentary Small Mercies.
And that's obviously Lillian. And apparently after he had looked at her little storyboard and offered suggestions like more animal shots and stop with the drama, she fired him on her documentary.
Okay, A21. Today started off really well. F8 offered to take me out on a couple of the more difficult trails that I haven't been able to get any photographs of. Managed to get a couple of great shots of a bull moose. But when we got back, I caught F1.4 coming out of my tent. She almost jumped out of her skin when she saw me. Said she was just looking for us, but F8 made it pretty clear we were both going to be out for a while. All my stuff is still here, so I don't think she took anything. But I did notice a few things out of place. There's nothing valuable besides my equipment, and I know she doesn't have an interest in photography. I think some of us are kind of losing it out here.
Well, my theory just got a little bit warmer. What's the odds she was in his tent rummaging, trying to find a password for his account?
Yeah.
So she could see what he was up to.
A23, so...
so anyway, Emma was 1.4, and then Rusty was F8.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then 823, so this is 6 days before his murder. Been hanging out in my tent more since I saw F1.4 here. Still managed to catch an eagle leaving its nest at sunrise this morning. Breathtaking.
Aww.
On the 26th, so 3 days before, I'm not sure what just happened, but I just saw F11 digging around at the catacombs entrance and putting something into the dirt. Thought it was weird, so I snapped some pics and ran. Later, he was all fake and cheery around me and asking to see my photos. It was too much of a coincidence. I'm not handing over any of my equipment, especially when I don't know the circumstances yet. It might be nothing, but to be safe, I digitally distorted a bunch of photos and backed them up on some empty flash drives. Should keep them out of anyone else's hands. Probably need to set a permissions password too.
F11, by the way, is Conrad.
Okay. This trip and then on the 27th, so 2 days before, this trip may be a little more unsettling than I anticipated, but I know it's a gift to be out here at all. Also, we go home in about a month. I can handle that.
That's it. No wonder she said that she was struggling to read through some of this. This is all very poignant stuff because you're watching someone march closer to the time of their death, pretty much. So that's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Well, this actually makes sense. Backing up a second, so this whole Rusty thing, randomly somewhere in the paperwork when I was going through it all, Rusty just randomly one day offered to take Toby out, and it just seems super out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And then I remember back to the coded message between him and Emma, where she's like, "Get him out of here. I need a break."
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And
so she must have been using
Rusty.
He
had even said somewhere how positive and amazing it was that Rusty took him out for the day. But that's so out of character for him.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, so Rusty
so that must have been, so that's exactly what it is. Yeah. So where Emma wanted that break is really she was just trying to get Toby out of the camp so she could go through his stuff.
Yep.
That's what it is.
Yep. That's my suspicion anyway. Oh, God.
Oh, no, I absolutely agree with it. Okay, so next up is going to be the field journal.
Let's
look at the field journal. You want to look at the field journal first?
Oh, it's the field journal?
Yeah, I think I may have put it out of order a little bit.
Sorry.
I gave you plenty of copies of that.
It's going to probably take both of us crunching at different words to get this done. Field journal.
And then pocket.
God, are you sure you want to look at that next? Because there's more password coding in that, apparently. I just saw the square image and I'm not fond of.
Yeah.
Oh, Lordy. Ooh. Okay, yep, totally can do this. Positively, we got this. We're awesome.
We're having some flashbacks to the previous episode right now.
It's funny though, because I still remember reading the reviews for this, and everyone said
so many episodes. Just put that all out of order, right?
No, it's yeah.
Okay. Well, next up we're looking at the field journal, not the pocket journal.
Is it not the field journal?
No, that's the pocket journal.
Where's the field journal? Oh,
the field journal has the rabbits.
Okay.
Yep. There you go.
You made some train of thought back now, but
sorry.
I'll come back to it. I don't
Okay.
remember what I was going to say now. Very excited too. Dick nabbit.
Sorry.
It's all good.
We'll get
I was
it.
frustrated. I was going to say something that felt important at the time, but now it's completely not, apparently.
Okay. So next up we have the field journal, which is some rabbits drawn, and you said this is whose? Emma's? Right?
This is Emma.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Hence the
Thunder.
footprints that signify her talking to Rusty. It finally clicked when I went back through everything and saw the footprints again. I was like, oh my gosh, Emma and Rusty are talking to each other through this code.
Right.
They're two lone wolves that have kind of bonded in the wilderness, basically, is how they were phrased.
Okay. So it says, the good news is we still haven't found anything. I can't believe I'm happy about a lack of results. But I've realized that if we do find anything, keeping word from getting out is going to be next to impossible. Toby is already making plans to sell the poor creature to the first buyer to come along. I have a plan to deal with that, but I need to get him out of camp first. But that's not a long-term solution. I've tried bringing up my concerns to Conrad, but he has dismissed them out of hand. The allure of fame has corrupted his outlook. He's out for himself now, no matter what that means for the future of the Lynx. So what options does that leave me? The laws are inadequate. The rangers are a joke, and the tourists are idiots who would hurt far more than they would ever help. If I'm going to do anything, it needs to be big, and it needs to be soon.
She just cracks me up because she just thinks everyone else is nothing but a loser, and she's the only one that can do it all.
Right.
So, like, she's cracks me up. She's just so emotional. I know it's ironic me saying that, but I was trying to figure out what the squiggles are because that seems very weird to me.
Yeah, it's just, I think, some like water painting stuff, and then I don't know about the squiggles.
Oh, okay. This looked different than that. Okay.
Well,
I think she was trying to get her pen or marker to work before she drew, is what my suspicion is, with how that looks compared to this.
Yeah, very,
and then
very
she's trying
possible.
to get her pen started up to draw with.
Yeah.
So, well, we understand now the plan to get him out of... So everything's starting to click. The plan to get him out of the camp was a collaboration with Rusty so she can go snooping to see what he's really up to.
So...
Oh, Lord, here we go. Okay. Are we doing Conrad's thing next or the bookmark next?
I will leave it up to you. Which one do you want to
vote? Let's do the bookmark first.
Bookmark? Okay.
Because the bookmark has nothing to do with Conrad. We already know that, so let's just get the bookmark out of the way. If we get super stuck, that gives us something to move on to ease our pain and frustration. Because it looks like there's a second code, and I don't know if I want to have dread from both at the same time.
Right.
Stuck.
Okay.
Truly suck.
So we are going to work to try to figure this out, chat.
Whew. All right.
Let's look at some
We're going to get ourselves some Morse code things pulled up. Yup. And they sure didn't give you any room to play with this, did they? That is squished. It's seriously squished. Okay. All right. You take which parts do you take in? Do you want to take like white feet and I'll take black feet, or do you want to do the opposite? That didn't sound right. Trade it in feet.
Yeah, that's fine. Let me find it. Okay. So which one are you doing?
I'll take the shaded ones.
Shaded ones?
Yes.
Okay. So I think, chat, what we're looking at is, let me do this. I believe there's a space there, space there. This is going to be a little bit different. Maybe that one's... This is the part that's going to...
Which one?
Oh, wait, never mind. That might actually be it. That might actually all be space. Like that. I think those are all spaces, chat. So... that's what we got to look at and what we got to do. So, first part is going to be okay, and this is what we're using to look at this. Is just a Morse code stuff here. So there's your Morse code if you need it to be able to try to help solve this yourself. This file is in the Discord, so feel free to get that from the. Okay, so we've got short, long, short. Okay, and then that's okay. I think these are T's. Okay. I think I'm getting it, chat. I think I'm getting it.
Lord child, you have just been out. You're done.
So it looks like we've got up here. That's an R. That's S. That's also. This should be T. And G. So resetting. Okay, so that's the first word. There you go. So that should help a little bit there. And then do the other.
Pup, you've just been out. Yeah. Right?
Okay. And so T. Let's see here. We got dot dash dot. Okay. And let's see here. This should be dash dash dot dot dot. Yeah. Okay. Go. We're getting there. We're getting it. Are you getting it?
I am. I'm stuck on one chunk right now, but I am getting it.
Okay. Dad, are you getting it? I don't know if you're working on it too, but if you're working on it too.
Circle because I'm stuck on it. I think I got everything else though. So let's see.
Okay.
I'm on my last one here. This one's going first, I think.
Okay, so the first two lines are resetting trap after dinner question mark.
Okay.
And what is your next two lines?
I went backwards.
Oh, you started at the bottom.
Hardest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I can't do that with you yet. Sorry. I think the first was probably something, but I just don't know what. It was probably or probable or what. It's prob something. Sorry.
You're okay.
If you want to work on something, if you get completely done, let me know because I can put you to work on the one I'm stuck on. So it's probably
Okay.
something. So, and whatever the traps after dinner, probably something.
Okay. Hmm. So it looks like this, yeah. More conversation between her and Rusty about Toby.
Okay. Or in collusions.
So, and then let's see here. We've got.
Okay, I've got it all except for one letter. You need me to start working on something else for you? Because the one letter I'm stuck on.
Which one?
It's at the very end. I have it circled.
Down there. Three dashes.
That's what I thought, but it doesn't make any sense with what I've got figured out beyond that.
Yeah, it looks like 3 dashes, which would be an O.
That would make THO, which makes no sense. Unless I'm wrong somewhere else, but that looks like 4 dots, which
No,
would be an
T.
H. T would be a dot by itself.
Yeah, 4 dots. Yeah.
Or sorry, T would be a long thing by itself, yeah.
Yeah.
So THO doesn't make any sense. Yeah. Maybe we can get it once we get everything else. That one letter.
Maybe just though, like.
THO?
Yeah. And then he's shorthanding it to though.
Maybe? I don't know. I'm not convinced. Just
yeah.
You want me to work on something?
I'm somewhat working on it. If you want to start at this last segment here.
Okay. I totally gave you the harder one.
2 dots. I just don't read as fast, chat, so sorry it takes me a little longer to go through this.
I also literally gave you the harder one. I gave you the one with 10 more letters. What was 2 dashes? Oh, no.
Oh, no. If you want to start on the last segment.
I thought you told me to do...
No, like this. I just realized you were doing the same thing I was doing.
I thought you were still in the middle one, sorry.
From here to there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot, did I miss a section? Well, I might have missed a section. I just saw some black up on the top, bottom. Yeah, I missed a section. Did you do this part?
No.
Yeah, I screwed up. I missed that. So let me actually finish mine, then I'll start here.
Okay.
Sorry, my bad. How do they just sit there and write like this to each other?
Dash.
You think it'd be easier to whisper each other's ear at that point?
Right. Why?
I'm almost gonna have this memorized by the time I get done, I think.
I know, right?
Dot dash A.
Okay, so dot dash dot
4 dots. H
L
E.
wait, it doesn't. Oh, that's. Let's try it. Oh, that's an R, not an L. Okay. I know, right? I can do it. Okay, and then. I.
Okay.
That's an H, and that's a T. Okay.
Why the heck does this not make any sense?
Okay, so let me read my first 2 lines. Okay, so resetting trap after dinner, question mark. That's from Emma.
Okay.
Right?
And then, yes.
Emma? Okay. I
Yes.
was
Because
like,
he does the open
okay.
circles, yeah.
Yep. And
And
then
then
Rusty says,
probably. Why? Sorry. Probably. Why? Like, it's just
okay.
probably why. Like, it's just a long
Okay.
word. Yeah.
Probably, and then why? All right. So take Toby.
That's it. Take Toby.
Yep.
Nah. You want to come? Something.
You want to come though? Is that what it is? I'm guessing
THO?
THO. So I'm guessing that's what it
Still
is.
seems weird to me, but okay.
Well,
Yeah,
he's
sure.
just. I mean, he's writing
He's
nah
shorthand. Yeah.
NAH.
Okay.
So I have a feeling that that's supposed to be just
Okay.
like, yeah, do you want to come though? Saying and then Emma answers back, I'm staying here tonight. Then Rusty says, fine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So this is her asking
So, do you
Rusty
want to come help me with the
take.
trap? She says,
Well, she's wanting to
she wants to know
know
if he's going to go fix the trap. He says,
yeah,
yes.
are you going to reset the
Why?
traps? And he's like, probably.
Yeah.
And then she wants
And
him
he
to
wants
take
to know
Toby.
why
Yeah.
she was asking that. And then she asks him to do something with Toby, and he says no, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And he offers she can come with him, but she declines, like she's going to stay in. Again, she's probably going to go snooping in his computer,
Right,
and getting herself into trouble.
so
Either that or she's going to go kill him, one of the two.
right.
So, okay.
Okay. Next up is the journal.
Survived! Alright, now let's have our brains break. Let me pull out my device, because, yeah,
And we also have the physical evidence we can look at as well.
That's true. Let's
So,
get through the code.
go ahead and get into this.
Code,
Okay.
we won't be, that way we're stuck, we have something to default back on. Because if we get stuck and we don't have anything to fall back on,
Yeah.
that's going to be really awkward. So we're going to be down to cheat or cry.
Okay. Yeah, probably cry.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so here we go. Alright, so 5-4 arrived at Moon Summit. So, I mean, this is Conrad's. We know it's Conrad's.
Capital letters.
Well, and she also, she said she got it out of his desk.
Fair enough.
So,
the capital letters. Yep. Totally great theory.
Arrived at Moon Summit. Team is exhausted from the long hike to camp. Work begins tomorrow after setting up the labs. This is towards the beginning of the whole thing. On the 5th, handed out schedules. Should keep things on course for a few months. Wrote reminder of plan elsewhere just in case. 5-7, had a scare while team was hiking, but no catastrophe. Need to avoid that ravine. We'll stick to the trails.
Ooh, that must be him falling down. Huh? That must be him falling down the ravine. Toby fell down the ravine.
Oh, yeah,
to
that's
rescue
right.
him.
Today's field samples were inconclusive. And then on 5-8, figured out new complexity.
Okay, it's an E.
So east.
So something with the graph. So it's east to the right.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm staring at it, it's to the right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so 5-9, ZQY. Is that an M? I think that's an M.
I was thinking H. You don't think it's an H?
Let's see if there is kind of.
Okay, it's a 5-letter word, so work with me here real quick. Toby, no. Emma, no. Nigel, so Nigel might work. And Rusty might work. Takes quite a while to write a simple report. Nigel. That means Nigel. Guaranteed. So we at least have a starting point now.
Okay, so that one's Nigel.
Yep. So
seems to be enjoying role. Takes quite a while to write a simple report. Yep. We'll probably spend majority of the time in lab, which is he's saying is preferable.
Sorry, I just figured if I could get some starter points, I'd make it easier to figure this out. So if you look at the fruitless, think about scouting location. Okay. All right. So PVT. Including the something.
No, I'm not finding any.
Wait a second. What's the
like accessibility stuff for this one?
Okay. So it's a 4-letter word, so it's either Emma, Toby, definitely not Lillian. So it's either Emma or Toby. So let's see. Hasn't reported anything about something.
5-18?
Yeah.
Okay.
Area must be.
Did you already read off 5-14?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. The field work has been fruitless so far. Should think about scouting locations. 518, BVTG, frequenting the something. Hasn't reported anything about something. Something else in area must be of interest. That's Toby.
You think?
Toby frequenting the and then something. Well, there's only 4 letters.
Well, it's Emma or Toby. There's 2 people that could do that. And there's the other one. I was thinking, what if he's talking about the catacombs? Didn't he have a code with somebody? And he wanted Emma on this expedition.
I'm guessing it's saying hasn't reported anything about the. I'm betting that's Ghost Links.
Oh, there's 9 letters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm betting it's catacomb.
No. The next one.
Sorry, what?
The next one. The next sentence. I'm betting that next sentence is Ghost Links.
BVTG?
The YUVFB. EGZK.
Oh! Yes, that seems accurate, yes.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure the one above that's catacombs.
Probably.
I think it's a caving area, but I could be wrong.
Okay.
ECHOCAV. Echo Cavern doesn't work. It could be catacombs. Because remember, there was this.
Mm-hmm.
But the letters are going to be different if he's got a different code now.
Right.
So it may fit. I'm just trying to think. There's not one letter that transfers over between Nigel and that, though. Okay. But we have Ghost Links. Let me take Ghost Links.
I mean, obviously, with it showing in East, I'm guessing that. So we started when we did that compass. We started at the top when we spiraled, right? So
when I spiraled, I started at the center and spiraled outwards.
Right. But where was the A? The A
was at the down north point.
It was on the north side of it, right?
But it was the down point.
I understand that, but it was on the north end of it. Correct,
yes.
So my guess is that A would start on the east spoke and spiral out.
Okay.
That's my guess.
Yeah, I was just taking the stuff we thought we knew.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
Like, we don't really know. So BVTG, none of those match what we know already, so I'm just going to do the Ghost Links one to add to the knowledge that we know. YUVE. Cool. So
there's that. I think I did it right.
Okay. So then the question, though, is would you still start on the same east? So the A would be the outside letter on this arcade?
What's that?
Oh, here. So I have the G equals the Y.
So G...
well, I'm just
curious. I don't remember how...
So the A would technically equal the Y if we were doing it the same way we did the last one. So...
Okay.
Give me a second to find a few more reference points, because that's what we had on the last one. We had a few reference points to start with. That's how we started to figure it out.
Do you have your one that you did?
I do, yeah.
I'm curious if it still stays the same, but instead of...
Because otherwise the A would equal the X then. Because before the whatever was here equaled that.
Correct, yes.
Yeah.
So...
out of curiosity, we know what the Z is. Find your Z.
Right here.
Tell me what the letter is.
Opposite end?
Yeah.
B.
I would have it be N. If what I'm thinking is correct with Nigel, but I could be wrong. So let me get you the other one while I'm still working on the letters here.
Yeah.
Sorry. Here you go.
No, you're okay.
So the actual, this is the second half of all that, basically. It has the,
What is your Z? Well, yeah, so actually it doesn't matter. All it did was rotate everything when I did that.
What do you mean?
So literally it's all the exact same still.
What? Are you serious?
Yeah, it's all the exact same still. See, look, A equals Y, A equals Y. B equals Z, B, Z. C, W, C, W. It's just on the next spoke over.
That's weird.
On
okay.
this. So I don't know what it's trying to say with the east.
Okay.
So are we looking at...
Well...
What is Z equal in?
Z equals H.
Oh, Z equals H. Okay.
According to this, but I thought it was
No.
N.
The one on this one that we're doing currently.
I thought it equaled N, but maybe I'm wrong.
Z maybe equals N. And then, what about, do we know V? Or do we think we know V?
I thought it would be an O, because ghost.
Okay.
Give me... You're pulling my train a little bit too much.
Sorry.
No, you're good. Give me just a second.
I
was trying to chase my own rabbit here for a second because I want to put this into theory to see if it works because I'm starting to question that it's going to work. So give me just a second to plug in what I think I know so that I can know if I'm even close or not.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so 519 saying followed up on BVTG issue, just an eagle nest. Also seems interested in hare burrows and squirrel dens. I think that's
Toby, isn't it?
Yeah. So BVTG is Toby. So B would equal T.
That's what I just had too. So that's my thought. But let me just keep going here real quick. I'm still halfway through plugging in what I know. I'm just trying to fill in as many points so we have a better reference. That's all.
Yeah.
Sorry. It seems to make sense, but now that you figured out it's the exact same, I'm very confused. So I just need to plot some knowledge to figure out my way back through all this.
Mm-hmm.
Is N. Okay. B is O. That's weird. So B is T and T is B. Kind of interesting. And G was Y. Okay. I've got a few of the points. So let's do this. You've got your chart, right?
Okay.
Look up a T and tell me what the letter would represent. Without knowing anything else. Just look at it. Find the T and see what the letter would represent.
How does that work again? So does that represent H then on here?
So where's the T at? It's there?
Yeah.
So
do we go in?
Technically the D should have equaled the X and the H should have equaled the T.
Okay.
I've got the B equals the T or the T equals the B. I'm a little perplexed at the moment. Okay. Let me...
What does Z equals N? N is here halfway.
Okay, so you said what?
Z equaling N.
Well, so the trick, though, is, if I remember this correctly, whatever... So basically, like, originally, A equaled Y, but it was actually Y equaled A, not A equaled Y.
Right.
Does that make sense? So technically, this would be X equals D.
Right.
Which is possible. I don't have it. So let's go down a letter. So T would equal H, actually. Let's see, I got B. I'm super freaking confused. This side. So A would so the Y would equal to A.
Wait, hold on. So what do you have Y? What do you have it equaling to?
I have it equaling, well, technically, depending on how you look at it.
Or
Wait a second.
G equaling Y? Is that what this is? Y equals G?
So this is where I get confused because it flipped on itself before. So the word ghost, so yeah, technically the G equals the Y. It's technically how it is. Like the letter G in the code is actually the letter Y.
Right. So, but when you're trying to decipher it, then it's Y would equal G.
All I know is like on this, A did not equal Y, but Y did equal
Correct,
A.
right. But so like when you're reading the code on here, you would say that this letter equals a different letter. So
I think so.
Y would actually equal G.
That is my thought.
Okay. So if Y equals G, which is there, so let's see.
So where's the Y?
So Y is here, and G is here.
Okay. And then, let's see. I do have U. U would equal H.
Okay. Equals H.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay.
So.
And then I also, what's the third letter in from that grouping?
Q, I would say
I have that
equals
one. Go ahead.
I.
Yes.
Okay.
So what are you figuring out?
So starting on the east spoke.
Yeah.
Y, knowing that Y equals G.
Yep.
Then I started going in the circle and following the circle outward.
Okay.
So Q would equal I. M equals J.
So okay. I'm gonna put like lower cases to say that we're guessing on these for now.
I equals K. E equals L.
Yes.
A would equal M.
Okay.
And then Z equals N.
Yep.
Okay. And then V would equal O.
Correct. Yep.
R would equal P.
I don't know.
And then N would equal Q.
Okay.
J equals R. And then, let's see, F equals S.
Okay. Yep.
Then B equals T.
Yep.
W equals U.
Okay.
S equals V.
Okay.
O equals W.
Okay.
K equals X.
Yep.
G equals Y.
Yep.
C equals Z.
Okay.
So
we still have
where
a
am
few
I
letters
missing?
we're missing. We're missing letter D.
Okay, so let me
What's the easiest way
we
to
started
do
with
this?
Y equaling G.
Yeah. We're only missing about 5 or 6 letters. Maybe even 4.
So we're looking at something equaling F.
Correct. F is one of them I don't have. Like I have S. Sorry, F.
Right, we don't know what equals F.
I think S might equal F, but I don't know. I'm missing D, H, L, and P.
Okay.
And X. D,
And T?
H. I have T. T should be B.
Well, yeah, but that was one that we came up with, right?
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
using this. Okay. So we would still start on the north end of it. It's just starting with north. So that's why it skipped.
Super confusing. You're gonna have to.
So when I wrote out the letters, you have to start on the east spoke. But you still start up here. X. So X equals A. T equals B. P.
Sorry, A.
X equals A.
You had it as M.
No, I had M as.
Oh, sorry. X is A. Okay.
Yeah, I think I had M equaled.
A equaled M is what you're saying. Or sorry.
Okay, hold on.
All I know is A equaled M for the first round we did.
Okay, so A equaled M. Yes, that's fine. Okay, so X
equaled A.
should equal A.
Yeah.
T should equal B.
Okay.
P should equal C. And then, right, I know. Aren't I done yet? I know. L should equal D.
Okay.
H should equal E.
Okay.
And D should equal F.
Okay, perfect. All right. Now we can actually crack this. So
did
we ever figure out what this letter was? This one right here. Is it an H? Because that's what my assumption was, or was it
possibly.
an M?
Does it work if you...
N-I-G-E-L. It was an E, technically. Go backwards. It's an H.
Okay. So we determined that was Nigel, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
And then we had You said Toby, or no, it was Emma. BVTG.
BVTG, is that Emma or is that Toby? It's Toby. Okay.
Yep.
So this is Toby frequenting the catacombs,
I don't know. I gotta double check it. Nope, it says S. Sorry, F. Sorry, let me find this again. So F.
Look for the letter F on your left side here. So F equals S.
Okay, so S. V as in Victor. O. W. U. T is a T. Oh, I bet you're saying southeast or something like that. U is an H. That looks like an H again, so that'd be an E. X would be A. So yeah.
Oh yeah, the Eagle Nest is in the southeast.
Yep.
So southeast hasn't reported anything about ghost links. So something else in the area must be of interest. Followed up on Toby issue. Just an Eagle Nest also seems interested in hare burrows and squirrel dens.
Yeah, he's photographing wildlife. Like that's what his goal is.
Right. So then we've got 523. Looks like maybe an H. Right?
Yeah, I'm going to say those are H's. And
H. Okay, so HAAX apostrophe F.
Okay, so you said H. So
I'm going to say that's Emma.
Okay, that would
because
make sense.
that's the only one that has two letters in the middle of it.
And an A is M, yeah.
Yep.
And an X.
So Emma's fervor is astounding, but more preoccupied with law than zoology. Probably for the best. Good choice to bring along.
Field word. Choice or choke?
Choice.
Oh.
To bring along. Field work is FWTRXJ.
SUB. So SUB and R is P.
Subpar.
Oh, X. And what's the last one? S or J?
J. Which would equal R, right?
R, yeah.
Yep, so subpar. The field work is subpar, so you're saying that Emma's field work is subpar.
So why is he proud to bring her along?
Because
she's not good.
Because preoccupied with law than zoology, probably for the best.
Because she's not good at field work, basically, is what he's saying.
So the field work's subpar, but is more preoccupied with law stuff, which is good.
Okay.
So nothing after almost a month. Knew this was a...
D is F. X is A. Z is N. B is T. X is A. F is S. G is Y. Fantasy.
Okay. Fantasy, but part of me hoped otherwise. We'll have to, and then...
So it's definitely an H again, so E.
Yep, H, Z.
N.
X.
A.
E.
Oh, C.
B.
T. Enact fantasy. So we'll have to enact something. So R.
Before trip is over, results should still be positive. Plan.
X. Yep. A. N. Yep. Plan.
Okay. Need to be patient with something. Should ease up as the trip goes on. We'll establish trust with less mishaps, huh?
Basically, Rusty's hovering, Rusty's controlling, and it's driving him crazy.
Rusty's hovering. Okay.
Like, I don't know what the final word is, but Rusty's something.
Oh, okay.
Rusty's something. Let's see.
Yeah.
But Rusty has been hovering. He's been complaining about that constantly, even in the video. So it's like P. A is R. B is I bet you it's protecting or something like that. B is in boy is T. Victor O. Paul C. E is L. Protocols. I think I might have missed something.
Okay.
I don't know. I missed a letter in there somewhere. Protocols.
Yeah, so his rules, his protocols is...
Okay.
Yeah, so that makes sense.
So basically he's trying to wear Rusty out and wait for him to trust him more to leave him alone.
Right, to allow him to do some stuff that maybe would go against protocol.
I'm starting to feel like he's about to fake the Ghost Links thing. Right? That's what this is starting to feel like.
I think so. Found a spot, and then another word. No evidence of predators inhabiting will check location again before something, something, something. Let's see. Interviews today should have spoken more on retirement. Others seemed agitated by questions. Tension causing distraction from work. Blank is a useful blank, if not accidental.
Sorry, say that. Never mind. I'll have to read it in a second because I can't do both. I'm gonna keep cracking the codes and we can go back.
That's okay. There's while you're doing that, actually, there's another page with I can already tell looking at it. That's gonna have the S. So it says complexity switch. God. So there will be another cipher. Another one. Yep.
If you want for fastness, you could do this for the ABCD equals, like what it equals. You can just scribble out what's there if you want for speed.
So we would start on the south spoke. So you guys will see this as well, chat. But basically, we're looking at this, right? So because it says complexity switch, and that S is in the center. I know it's meaning south. So my A starts on the south spoke, and then I work my way and spiral out with the alphabet.
Oh, that's weird. Oh, it makes sense. It just all goes together, so it's really confusing. That's funny. I'm literally going, that's not a word. So this one right here, it says found a spot catacombs, no evidence of predators inhabiting. We'll check location again before something. I read end and then this, and I'm like, of August? What is that? Of August. August. The month of August. So I was like, that's not making any sense. I'm so confused. So
that one was, let's see. So that was this one, which was, you said, found a spot. You said catacombs. No evidence of predators inhabiting. We'll check location again before end of August.
Which is when they're enacting that plan. You remember there was some type of note for each other about August 31st, and you cross that out and flag something else. Yeah.
So
this is where it switches it up. Is that what you think?
What's that?
Is this the page we're switching it up on?
No. So this is still, because these dates fall before that date.
Okay.
That is still the one you're using.
Okay. I'll keep cracking then.
So let's see. So.
Oh, that's the day that Lillian asked all the interviews.
Okay.
That kind of gives us a point in time to help us understand what was happening at the time. Because he was still trying to see the hair by then, so that makes sense. Okay. Is a useful ally?
Ally, probably. Yeah.
Accidental. Really is a useful ally if not accidental. Oh, interesting. Okay. Even more diligent than anticipated will make better effort to.
Okay. And then chat. So the next part that I'm doing is I have to interpret from that compass. So you start still with the north end of it, and you look, and then you start with the beginning of the alphabet. So W is A, S is B, O is C, and you just work your way there. And when you get down, you go to the east spoke, work your way across, south spoke, west spoke. So let's see here, D equaled L. M. Okay.
Hmm. What is he up to?
You want to read the chat what it says
Okay,
for those two?
Okay, so 7:15. Interviews today. Should have spoken more on retirement. Others seemed agitated by questions. I mean, the other participants, I think, that Lillian was talking to. Pensions causing distraction from work. Lillian is a useful ally, if not accidental. 8-8. Team is more diligent than anticipated. Will make better effort to distract them from work. So somehow they're working too hard that's making whatever he's up too complicated.
Okay.
That's kind of interesting. Okay, complexity switch. Okay.
So, here is your...
Oh, child.
Right? Okay.
You're letting us have it tonight.
Yeah, she is. Okay. So now we've got a complexity switch, which we just mapped out. So I have that as well. And then, so we'll start on 8:17.
Okay.
Let's see here. So if you want to tell me what the letter is, okay. I can tell you what it translates to.
A.
S.
U.
N.
G.
E.
W.
A.
H.
Okay.
P.
I.
U.
N.
X.
G.
That's
Does that work out?
Mm-hmm. And then Z.
T.
T.
H.
G is E.
Yep.
Okay. Sneaking the.
Okay.
All right. Final word. So C.
Is F.
D.
L.
W.
A.
A.
S.
H.
Okay. Flask.
So this is what he's going to do to distract everyone. He's going to use the alcohol to distract
Sneaking the flask with supplies served well.
Because Toby got drunk. And got an altercation with Emma, I believe.
ZQSF. Who was that? Was that Nigel?
Well, we don't know. Remember, the letters are different. So Z is what?
No. Oh, that's right. Yeah. So Z is T. So Toby.
Puppy, you're okay.
Q is O. Yep. And then S is B.
Toby's because Toby's the one that got drunk, got up the courage to go confront Emma about being such a ridiculous person. And then she literally slugged him when Nigel stepped in and said, "Can you at least listen to Toby's side?" She then just immediately punched Toby out of pure spite.
Okay. So, and then, Toby stumbled across it. New team would be a...
Y.
That is M.
G.
E.
A.
SS.
Mess. Team would be a mess from the start.
Yep. But glad I brought contingency. Figured...
G.
That's E. That's Emma. Would get...
Woo! This one's fun. All right, here we go. O.
C.
Q.
O.
U.
N.
C.
F.
E.
That's an R.
All right, I have to actually cross these off. Let's get into Q.
O.
U.
N.
C.
T.
W.
An A.
And then it's going to be a T again. Okay. P.
I.
Q.
O. Confrontational.
U. W. D.
So I guess, right? What's the last letters?
U.
N.
So it should be an N. And W would be an A.
Yep.
And D would be an L.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Confrontational eventually.
So that's why he picked her, because she really pushed to be on the expedition, but he's the one that had to let her come. And that made no sense after intentionally getting her fired.
Right.
So that just seemed suspicious. So that makes more sense. So he knew her aggressive and over-the-topness would be a great tool to use at his convenience.
Yeah.
Should prove to be something. So let's see.
All right. So K is D.
E.
An I.
A.
S.
E.
R.
V.
U.
M.
P.
Z.
T.
B.
Say B.
E is in Paul.
Oh. I.
R.
V.
G.
Victor. G is E.
Disruptive.
Okay.
Should
So
prove
should
to be
prove
disruptive.
to be disruptive. All right. And then last night's incident has not dampened team spirits. All are pushing through. All are desperate for expedition to pay off. This is on the 18th of August. So
Emma put her hands on Toby on the 17th.
Yeah.
She punched him in the face.
So we are getting closer and closer to the day of the murder. Next up on this page is going to be on the 24th and then the 25th. I will give you this, and while you were doing that, I will go re-let her back out. And
I think she might need the food. She's being awful pestery.
Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and let her out.
Okay.
That'll
satisfy her for the time being.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, guys, let's keep going. So here's the code thing we're doing here. So Y is going to be M, F is Y. So my, and then L would be a J, and then Q would be an O, and S is going to be my job. E is going to be an I. Bear with us, guys. We at least are grinding on this one finally. My job in. Z is T. T is H. G is E. My job in the. And then D is in dog. So L. E. Okay. 2 is N. G is E. Is in the Q. Q. Did I do that right? Oh, nope. Q is my job on the line. I guess what that's supposed to be. Q is O, and then U is N. Yep, on the line, not in the line. Sorry, guys. My job on the line. Thought I was safe, but this is not good. Okay, so this makes so much sense because in one of Nigel's weekly reports, Douglas Plinkley tells him about that all of their jobs, Nigel's, Conrad's, everybody's jobs are hindering on this expedition being successful due to the finances being so limited. They were barely able to get funding, and they're depending on that to bring in more funding. So Conrad, who was already interested, kind of planning to retire somewhat and focus only on lecturing, is now realizing that his job is in jeopardy. So that makes total sense. So if this expedition is not fruitful, he's out of work, everyone's out of work. That does make sense. So, okay. So, thought I was safe. This is not good. Will. So, G is an E. J. An X. M. E. G. E. A. B. E is an I. G is a T, or sorry, Z is a T and G is an E. I think. Yes, okay. Expedite. M is E. B is L, so plan. Okay, so W, yeah, okay. So not good, expedite plan. Okay, should be able to prove ghost links. I'm betting that says ghost links. We're just going to make a guess right now to keep this going. Links. B. E. It's an E. J. Yeah, are you proud of yourself? J. E is I. A is S. D is T. B. E. Q. N. O. E. And G is E. So existence. So the ghost links existence with
It's back down the hallway.
S is B. Q.
I see that comment, Exquisite.
Q. Sorry, Exquisite. I am very deep in this right now.
No, Exquisite says, amazing how much faster you work alone.
G. Oh, I do? I think we work well as a team.
Uh-huh. Look, I've never claimed to be the 100% of the time, smarter one in this relationship. Okay.
But we both know, like, I am stubborn. Like, how many hours did I spend that night after stream stubbornly sitting here to the point where you're like, you have to work in the morning with surgeries. You need to go to bed. Like, and I'm like, I finally figured it out. And I was like, only then could I go to sleep. Like, I literally could not walk away. Like, to all the good in me, I have severe detriments too. Obsession is a real deal, man. So O is, let's see, O is C, D is L. All right, W is A. Kona, stop stealing the thunder, dear. So D, A, so S, S. E is R. Q, Q. I'm trying not to look. She's so distracting. Oh!
She's full of energy.
Oh my god, this is so much fun because this is all making so much sense from all the reading I've done today.
There's worksheets over there.
I'll explain it in a second, guys. Let me get through this part. We'll assign someone to the area later and let them YWHG A.
Getting yourself all worked up. Where are you trying to go? You're going to go sprint down the hallway again? Is that what you want? Is that what you're going to go do?
Yeah, you're going to get the zoomies for 5 minutes. You're going to spend a half an hour panting about it. Mm-hmm.
Yep, that's exactly what she did. She went out in the yard, she trotted around the yard, and then came running back inside, and then sprinted down the hallway. Somebody had the zoomy zooms.
Oh, she's lucky she's cute.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny, though, when she gets the zoomies, because it's so fast, and it does not last long. But it's adorable, because she gets all excited. S. T. E. R.
Go down. You go run down the hallway. Okay. Ready?
Ready? You're off.
Ready? I know. You're squirming like you're ready to go. There you go.
She only wants to be in the stream for a few seconds.
Well, she like when she knows when you're starting to put her down, because then she like tries to launch.
She does the wiggles. Yeah.
She starts trying to like launch off of you. Like,
which is
crazy.
So
I'll be
stressful.
standing up, and I'm over 6 foot, and so like standing holding her, like go to set her down, and she's like trying to launch out of my arms, like she's gonna go flying. Okay, so we've got oh,
bones. Dang it! I already solved that word. Dagnabbit. Somehow before there, he's basically gonna fake plant bones, y'all. He's gonna fake the ghost.
Oh, like the little skull that we had.
He's setting it up so that one of his other people find it.
Okay.
This is some shadiness here going on. Sorry. Z, G, A.
Okay.
Wait. Z is T. B. E is E. Okay. T, H. Sorry. E, E. A is S. Okay. Z.
I think I only printed off one copy of that because of how many pages it was.
Oh, crap. Sorry.
No, you're good. I was going to say okay. I could help, but I think I only printed off the one copy.
I may have to have you write it out so like we actually understand like the way the words roll, but I think I can read it okay.
Yeah.
It should be okay. You might have trouble because there's arrows going everywhere.
That's fine. So
E and then K is D. Okay. All right.
So
there's a lot more cracks. It's going to be a while. We're going to have to work on this together by sharing them. But so far, he's saying on the 24th, my job on the line.
Okay.
Thought I would save, but this is not good. So I was recapping this for everyone else. This makes total sense because of one of Nigel's emails. I believe it was the 16th one, his 16th report. Or maybe it was the 17th. One of the two, he was talking to Douglas Flinkley and finding out that if this expedition's fruitless, they all are going to be out of a job.
Right.
So
that makes sense.
Conrad thought he was safe because his whole plan was to retire from field work and just do lecturing, which is his favorite thing. He loves to mentor people. So he's in his head going, oh my gosh, we need to expedite this plan now. So he has a backup failsafe plan to protect himself, and that's to fake the Ghostlings experience.
Well, I'll tell you what. And then
should be able to. Do you want to keep?
While you're working on that one, give me the next page.
Okay.
The 26 and 27.
Okay.
So I can also start to somewhat work through it as well.
Let me just take a picture of this so you can actually have that and keep grinding.
That works. So, so he's saying, so I thought I was safe, but this is not good. Will what?
So, it's not good. We'll expedite the plan. Okay. Should be able to prove Ghostling's existence with bones brought from classroom. In one of the notes, like on the review section, he's got 35 plus skeletons in his classroom.
Oh, that's right. How weird
is that?
Right.
So that's where that's from. So he's bringing bones from his classroom to set this up. Setting up tomorrow, we'll assign someone to the area later and let them make the discovery. So we'll let them make the discovery. Then need to destroy the bones somehow before they're tested.
Okay.
So basically, he's thinking enough to find it, but he can't have it tested because we just realized that's way too small. It's like the size of a feline house cat, not a bobcat or a lynx.
Well, right, but the ghost lynx was supposedly smaller, right?
Smaller, yes, but not like that much smaller. Because remember, we kept measuring that skull, and it was like a fourth of what it should have been.
Oh no, it was a fourth of
bobcat, or not bobcat.
Right, but that was the whole point. Was that he wants it to look like it's not any of those.
He makes it wants to look like a domestic house cat got released in the wild?
No, well, he wants to make it look like a ghost lynx.
Right, but like he said it was a cousin or a similar species. Well, they're not going to be a fourth of the size. That's stupid.
Well, I thought that was the whole point. Was he's claiming that it was much smaller than the normal.
Was that much smaller than the normal.
Okay,
but he probably could have. I don't know. Yeah. It just looks like he's taking cat bones, but he's trying to hide the bones in the end because he doesn't want them being discovered because of the obvious.
Well, yeah, so he's got to find a way to destroy them so they can't be tested and found out that it's not actually, or that it's something else rather than a ghost lynx.
Is it going to go to a commercial on its own at some point, or will we be good for a while longer? I was thinking, well, we're cracking these. If there is going to be a commercial, it's now might be a smart time to do it.
It's been auto running.
Okay.
Yeah. So on the live stuff for
no
live ads, but
I was just thinking about last time while we grind through this. Sorry.
It's all good.
You're good.
So while you're working on that one, I'll work on this other one.
You need that. I need
this. And then we can hopefully get through a little bit quicker. All right. Let's see here.
All right, guys. It's exciting because it's like all the puzzles are coming together in one foul swoop here.
Okay, so okay, so he that's it. But chat, what are your suspicions actually? So while we're working on this, let us know what are your suspicions on.
So I'm definitely going to go remind for both parties because I have some really. I was talking to him about this earlier.
Are you leaning towards Conrad or are you leaning towards Emma? Those are our two suspects we have remaining. So got to be one of them, right? Or maybe both.
Are they in cahoots?
Right.
I don't think he's willing to deal with her. He seems too cocky about it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, then we've got Okay. And then... Yeah. Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Tell us how you really feel, Boo Boo. Okay. I have one more to solve, and then I'll start talking again when we finish that last one. Because I have some theories on both I want to run by before I say this part, because I don't want to skew one way or the other. Because after I do this part, I think we're all going to be on the same page. Decisions have been made. I'm so proud that we actually got these without having to cheat, though. I was nervous about how much there was. Here says it's not cheating, and I don't know why I call it cheating, but if we have to peek or get a nudge, I feel like it's just not.
Yeah,
it's not
you'd have to look at hints,
it's not as authentic.
Possibly have to look at the resolution. Yeah.
Yeah. So I always call it cheating, but he just calls it a nudge in the right direction.
Yeah. Okay. Must keep that. Think it's Emma? Is that what you think, Exquisite? Why do you think it's Emma?
Definitely comes across as emotionally unstable. I will give her that. Okay. All right. So before I read like these final few things, because I want to make sure we do them all in order. My theories on both. So Emma's alibi just did not feel right from the get-go. She mentions wanting to go with Rusty the day he was going to go deal with the trap, but she never says what happened, where she went, what she was actually doing. She just jumps forward. That's super weird to me because obviously if someone's going to be doing something or giving an alibi, you'd like to plug in what they're doing, and she just leaves this huge gap. So that's kind of weird. She's also very obsessive. She seems very hyper-focused at the extent of everything else. And also she seems very unreasonable or like completely illogical in the moment. She's just so emotionally triggered. And she is so concerned about an animal we don't know exists that she is willing to like, it sounds like she's going to throw herself on a grenade for it at this point. It's kind of how it's coming across. She's just very obsessed about it. But my concerns with her, like things I'm having an issue kind of believing she could pull off, is Toby's laying on the ground when he dies. Would she know how to stage that crime scene? I know she's wilderness smart and I know she's decent and Rusty thinks highly of her skills, but would she have the strength and the knowledge of how to commit the crime and make it look legit? How to stage it? Because I feel like whoever did this threw a granola bar down with the intent to lure the bear out so that it would then pulverize Toby's body further, causing more damage. I feel like there has to be a lot of intent and calculation in how this plays out. And I'm also questioning, would she be strong enough? Because say Toby's laying on the ground and he's photographing the den.
Yeah.
He has wounds on his arms, and it looks like probably from covering his neck is what it looks like when he gets attacked. We know the first blow wasn't fatal based on the way the autopsy report goes. There were multiple wounds when he was alive, and then the wounds the bear caused, we know, were way after he died. But he took multiple blows, so if it was Emma and she had gotten on top of him or somehow was stabbing at him, you feel like he would have rolled over or fought back differently because she wouldn't have been as strong or been able to hold him down as much. I'm just not convinced physicality-wise she could have pulled it off. Even dragging Toby towards the den, I'm just not super convinced, unless she's like an MMA fighter behind the scenes I don't know about. I'm not as convinced that she could have pulled off the murder as well.
Right.
I feel like Rusty has made it very clear that Conrad is very capable of surviving skills-wise and being able to be in the field and woods and not have a problem. He's made it very clear that Conrad keeps trying to sneak off on his own. Conrad's up to some obviously illicit plans here we're starting to discover. And I feel like between the two of them, I feel like Conrad would be much better at staging the scene than Emma would be, personally. Because I kind of feel like, while Emma feels like she has a lot to protect, at this point she'd be killing him for an animal that we cannot prove exists yet. Versus Conrad, from what it's looking like, might be getting caught doing something not so appropriate, and he might be getting himself backed into a corner by trying to save his reputation and his job. So I'm just, there's a few things, but one thing about Conrad's alibi that kind of found intriguing as heck, I even told him this from the first day, was the first thing he says is not, this is what happened. It's, he definitely was murdered by an animal. Like, it's an animal attack. Like, I even have it written down here exactly what his words were, because it was just so, like, that was such an interesting first utterance to me. He said, from what I saw of the body, the Rangers were correct in labeling this as a bear attack. Like, that's the first thing he says. Like, that's like a bad guy getting their narrative out there. Like, anytime you're the person that's committed the crime, your immediate thing is to deflect or direct the focus of the investigation. You find it all the time with criminals. They'll be hovering around the scene. They'll throw input or try to point someone to a different suspect, try to detract away from their own suspiciousness. And so I thought it was very interesting that he very clearly said this is definitely a bear attack, and they were absolutely right for calling it that. We received countless warnings from Rusty about going alone, especially between dusk and dawn. Bears are crepuscular. I assume Toby had learned as much. He was a spirited boy, but very foolish. So it's like he's really putting him down there. And this is literally a witness statement after he just died. And the first thing he says is, "Yep, definitely bear attack. Boy was stupid or foolish, reckless even." Like, it doesn't come across as someone who's having the correct emotions. They're supposed to be in shock at this point. They're supposed to be in denial. They're supposed to be in confusion and inner turmoil. He seems like he's got an intentional narrative that he's trying to get out there.
Yeah.
So he is suspicious. But hers was suspicious too.
Yeah.
Kind of going back to hers again. It was just, we had dinner, blah, blah, blah. Toby was not acting weird. Never told anyone if he was going to go somewhere. We all went out somewhere after dinner. I wanted to go with Rusty, something. Around 11, we were all back together at camp. So, like, she never says where she went or what she was up to. She's in this huge gap in time. But I'm really suspicious after seeing all the computer information that she was messing with Toby's computer, trying to convince the people that the Ghost Links photos don't exist, even though they obviously don't exist because nobody's got a photo. So, I don't know.
Okay.
So those are my thoughts. I don't know. So what do you think, Exquisite? Like, where are your thoughts? Like, I know, yeah. It could be Emma. I don't know. I'm just. I mean, definitely Emma's definitely shady. I'm questioning the physicality of it. But that makes me feel very sexist somehow. Women can kill too.
Right. Well, let's read the rest of this. So you've got
so I think I've got one, and then you've got
I've got 3 after that. And then you've got the final one.
Basically, kind of backing back on the 24th, he's talking about
planting the bones.
Like, quickly planting the bones so that he can assign someone to the area to dig them up. Mm-hmm. That's his whole thing. And then he's going to destroy them before they can be tested to realize they're not really what they were supposed to be.
Right.
The next day, he says, someone spotted me at the catacombs. Or sorry, went to the catacombs this morning while others were preoccupied with work. Heard camera shutter from someone behind me, went to investigate, but Toby got away. Took bones back and stashed them in lab tent with other samples for now.
Okay.
So because he got busted trying to bury the samples, he took them back out of the ground and stashed them in the lab tent.
Right.
So what we ended up getting in the mail from her is what he was going to use to frame or prove this existence. Yep.
Okay, so is that it for that one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So on the 26th, so the next one, right, there really is. So on the 26th, had a hunch it was Toby, now sure of it. Asked about work progress to see photos from yesterday. He wouldn't let me see. Made excuse, faulty equipment. Will have to check for myself. Does he know what he saw? On the 27th, checked every SD card I could find in camp and have yet to find those incriminating photos. Mm-hmm. Even looked in his camera bag, but found nothing. Must keep them on his person. Heard keyboard tapping late at night, maybe planning to publish something. Could expose me as a fraud. Can't allow it. Okay, and then on the 28th, so one day before the murder, it says, woke up in cold sweat this morning. Not only will I lose my job, but I'll lose my reputation. It will all be over. Decades of establishing myself in the field, all gone. Can't allow it. I'll figure something out. And then you have the final day's notes, which is on the 29th, the day of the murder.
Yeah, sorry, my binder just completely came apart.
Oh, no.
And it all went flying to the floor, so I was going to grab something, go backwards for a second, but that's still not happening now, so we're just going to move on. So, was that the only one?
Yep, that's the last
one.
Okay.
So, 829, he just put, preparations have been made. Note I left earlier should be enough to get him alone. He's the one that put the note, apparently, in Toby's wallet that said Echo Cavern, like desk, whatever, photo. So that's what I was trying to pull out. Basically, he was saying something like, photo, shot of a lifetime, something, Echo Cavern, something. So he's basically trying to lure Toby alone to Echo Cavern.
Okay.
And he's calculating it because Rusty's going to go deal with this trap somewhere else. So it's perfect. Rusty can't take Toby to the cavern.
Right.
So I just can't remember for the life of me what the exact quote was. And my whole binder kind of...
Oh, no. Yeah, I'm agreeing. All right, so let's take a look at the physical evidence that we got. Well, you want me to take a look at the physical evidence while you are looking through those? Or
yeah, sure.
Okay. So we have a lanyard with a keychain piece attached to it. So this looks like it's an eyeglass thing to be able to wipe your eyeglasses down with,
or camera
microfiber.
Lens. Camera lens.
Yep, or camera lens.
Sorry, that's what I think he was using it for anyway.
There is a piece of paper inside of here. Okay. It just says share. Autofocus 724. Okay. Wait.
Yes, it's not hard enough.
Yeah, but there's look. So yeah, I haven't unclipped it yet, but this is what I just caught. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's a piece of metal
oh my gosh,
in
wait,
there.
That looks like a flash drive.
And
it looks like an actual flash drive. Oh no!
It is. Okay.
What? Okay, that's cool.
Okay, so chat. The safety and security director side of me highly recommends that you do not put strange USB devices into your computer. Now that PSA is out of the way, let's put a strange USB device into my computer.
Woohoo! It's so true, though, isn't it?
Sure that our IT folks in the chat are like...
How crazy. That is
it is from Hack, so... Okay.
I've seen it as a lipstick container and a bunch of other stuff, because I've seen all these, spy ones and spy crafty stuff. I've never seen one in the form of a lanyard. That is super funny.
Okay. So there are 2 image files on this drive.
Okay. What does share ... mean? Or is it just this is the password is autofocus 724. He said he scrambled them, didn't he?
Yeah. So
how do we unlock them? Besides the password, is there a way to enter a password?
I remember when we took a look to see if there's anything different before about Deviant Tracker. There's something that says editor. Please enter the file name of the file you wish to upload to the editor, including the extension. Let's see. MacTour, hello.
Yeah, that'd probably be what's in the jump drive then, wouldn't it?
So let me look at what this actual file name... Oh, let me show what these look like first. Okay. So here's the first image.
It's a Yeti! sorry, what? Seriously, that's what the Yeti images and all those creepy animal Bigfoot images, that's always what they turn out like. Look. It's like a blurry blob.
I mean, obviously it's a Wookiee. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then here is the other image as well.
I'm just laughing so long. If he went through that much trouble to hide it, I don't think he needed to descramble it too. But that's just my personal opinion on the matter.
So let's look at the actual file name.
Ooh.
And I'm guessing I need to add back in the .jpg.
Yeah, because they said file extension, which that would be the .jpg part. Yeah.
Please enter sharing permissions password.
Capital A UTO. Capital A lowercase UTO. Capital F lowercase OCUS. Numbers 724.
Okay. So we are using on the dashboard this section called an editor. And it's got these lines at the bottom.
Ah, cool. There's so many random things you're learning, like Morse code. Now you get to figure out how to play with contrast and squiggly lines.
Right. Oh, we're getting somewhere.
Okay.
Hey.
Oh, snap. There it is.
Okay.
That's definitely Conrad planting something, isn't it?
Yeah.
Dun 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 dun. There's no three-legged dog in the background, is there?
Three-legged dog in the background. Why?
Do you not remember?
Huh?
Do you not remember?
No.
Okay. Let's just say that was a very big, obvious clue apparently we missed in a previous case.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, that's right. Now I remember. Okay. Okay, so there we go. So we got we got that image descrambled.
Oh, dude, you fully descrambled that sucker. Look at that.
Yep.
Cool.
So there we go. So that is definitely Conrad. Looks like maybe
I'm really amazed
bones.
Toby got that close, unless he was using a very good zoomy zoom lens.
Right.
But I will be honest, the catacombs, if I was reading the booklet correctly, it's like over 83 miles of capes and patterns. And there's only 20 miles of it that's been explored enough for visitors to climb into. But they recommend being careful because you can very easily get lost.
Yeah.
So that's pretty intimidating. So that's kind of interesting.
Let's look at the other image as well. I think the only difference was that this one is 8 and then autofocus 724. Okay.
You know, one thing I'm really bittersweet about still is, even if Conrad's a big fraud and Toby caught the story of a lifetime, like, this still wasn't worth his life, and that's the part that sucks out of all of this. Like,
right.
It's just crazy to me. Like, the thought of someone taking a life for something so stupid. Like, I know it's your career, but, like, how could you kill a young kid's life who's just trying to get a name for himself? Like, it's insane. It's a little bit... Is it saturated? Is that the word? Or is it just... That one go all the way down? The top one? The top one go all the way down.
Yes. Sorry, I was trying to unclick from this other one.
Like the bottom one only used to be like a 3/4 the way up. 3/4. No, like like that. Yeah, not quite fully.
There we go.
Yeah. It felt like the fully to the top was just too bright. Somehow. Oh, is this one showing? The other one's not. Is this one he's holding the bones or something?
Oh, yep, he's got something in his hand.
Oh, it's the jawbone. It's the lower jawbone. That's what we ended up getting sent, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is.
It is.
That's cool.
Yeah,
that was hard.
I did hear the shutter. You are correct.
Oh. The old grandpa's a killer.
Yeah, maybe. Well, I mean, this just proves that, that there's motive, that he feels that Toby had it. But
I do feel like there's also opportunity, though. If we're thinking Emma was in the tent at the time Toby died, by default, Emma could not be killing him at the same moment she's on a computer emailing somebody about him, correct?
What time was the final image? No. So we narrowed that time down because 10:15 was the time that the first trail cam picked somebody up, right?
Yep. Okay, and that brings me to another point. So Emma is the one that set these cameras that were so janky and crappy to take a photo every 15 minutes. So if she was the killer, wouldn't she know how to avoid the photo because she would know the time it's going to take the photo?
Yep. So and so we know that so the laptop was being used at 10:12 p.m.
Yep.
Her knowledge of the trail cams, knowing that what trails the cams are on and where she could have avoided those trail cams.
Yeah.
So I feel like we've eliminated her based on that sheer fact. Because there's no way that if we really truly believe that's her typing on the laptop, which we believe it is,
it would be very unlikely she could have gotten back in time to do that.
That she would have been able to. Well, yeah, because there's no way that she would have been on that first trail cam at 10:15 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
She wouldn't have been able to make it from that laptop back out in 3 minutes to be on that trail cam.
Well, the trail cam is the one close to Echo Cavern at 10:15.
Correct. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So camp, if we're assuming she was on that laptop in camp, she was on that laptop at 10:12 p.m.
Oh, was she?
Yeah.
I thought it was. For some reason, I thought it was like 10:05 or something like that. Okay. Yeah, definitely no. There's no way.
10:12 p.m. So the
so
her emailing and trying to ruin Toby's ability to use these photos and this as a portfolio in the magazine is basically her alibi.
I'm just laughing though because literally they still don't exist. She's literally freaking out about photos that don't exist. Oh my god, it's just like counting your chickens before we hatch a little there. Like that's like her talking about preparing how many versions of the draft of protecting it, depending on how endangered it is and all this other garbage.
Right.
I'm just trying to figure out if Conrad intentionally made this ghost links up the entire time. Or if he really felt like he hallucinated and saw something. Does he really feel like it existed at some point? Back when he was doing the Caribou exhibition, does he really believe he saw ghost links? Or was it just all made up out of his ass, to cover himself, to give him an entire launching career platform to make a name for himself on? Yeah. That's what I'm trying to figure out. It's does he have a boo-boo on his arm? No, he doesn't have a scratch on his arm, does he?
Where, right here?
Yeah.
No, I think that's just shadow.
Okay, just checking.
Okay, so let me get back up here. We're going to hit go back, and we are going to close the Deviant Tracker Pro and open up our email and do a new message. So we are at this point choosing Conrad. I think
so. Yeah. Did you answer Whimsy?
About her email hacking? Yeah. We just thought, so we were talking about her hacking into the email or sending this email as her alibi.
And that does go with what she told Rusty, that she was going to stay in camp.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why she was refusing to go with Rusty, is because she had every intention to go screw around with Toby stuff. Because remember, she was trying to get Rusty to take Toby.
Yeah, so we had two different notes of when she tried getting Toby out of camp, which was the first time where she just tried rummaging through and was trying to, I'm guessing, snoop and figure stuff out, maybe get a password.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second time was on the day or the night of his death. And that note was, I think, because Rusty was going to go check the traps, and she wanted him to take Toby so she could and so she probably thought that was the case. She didn't know Toby went out on his own because Conrad put the note in the thing to saying, hey, go to this cavern and get the shot of a lifetime. So she just thought that he was gone from camp, so I'm going to go take my opportunity.
Who in their right mind would go, ooh, look at this random note in my wallet. Yeah, I should totally go there alone. Right? That's smart.
So Conrad Wildingham, right?
Yeah, do you need spelling or are you good?
Wildingham?
Yes.
Yeah.
Dingham. Yep.
Okay. That's what you're saying. Okay. Let's see.
Please tell me we're not wrong.
Looks like we are 100% wrong. No, I'm just kidding. We are right.
Oh my god. I'm internally panicking. What I miss? What I miss? Really? Is Emma really an MMA fighter? No. Was Conrad faking being Emma?
Alright.
Gosh,
Let me get a screenshot of this for you all to be able to see in the Discord.
He almost got away with it.
Him or me?
No,
Conrad.
Except in my head, I'm thinking of Scooby-Doo. Except for those meddling kids.
Right? Yeah, exactly. They're tiny pup too. That was.
Oh wow, she's quite the detective. She's at least a very good comedic relief entertainment.
Right, exactly. Okay, so
she's looking for them Scooby snacks.
This is probably gonna be difficult to read on screen, but we will see what we can do.
Oh my!
Yeah, it's a lot of information, and I don't know if I'm...
Can you shrink the window a little bit, like from side to side, to make it not as Can you shrink it that way?
I can try to re-screenshot it.
Oh, that was a screenshot. Never mind. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You're good. I was thinking in my head, like, if you could make it slightly more, like, manageable as far as, like, it's still going to be small, isn't it? Wait, can't you change, in your website, can't you change your view of, like, how zoomed in something is? Should you be able to, like, right-click and either zoom in or out? There you go.
Well, let's try to get all in one shot.
Well, there's too many words. You're not getting that.
There we go. Okay. So what I'm going to do is do this stuff. And then open that one up. That's better. Because then what I'm going to do is this.
It's easier not having to roll over so far on either side.
Right, yeah, exactly. Since you can't.
Alright, so Conrad did it. He's going to jail?
Okay.
Is he going to try to kill everyone who's coming to get him?
Congratulations, chat, for helping us with this case. Here is your resolution of the case. Alright, after reading your email and confirming the evidence, I called the police in Whitlock, Connecticut. They arrested Conrad as the prime suspect of Toby's murder. When he, says, when he was informed of the strong evidence we had against him, Conrad quickly broke down and confessed to the murder. In his official confession, he wrote, "If you've decoded my journal, then you should know everything. I can fill you in on the details anyway. I should have destroyed that journal, but I needed some sort of record. A record to keep track of the lies I've built up over the years, the ghost links, my dissertation, the expedition. At one point, I thought the creature could be real, when I was young and naive. But I was just chasing after glory, chasing after a ghost. Going to Moon Summit wasn't something I wanted. I was planning to retire from field work and secure a permanent position at the university. But Whitlock raised the funds and used my old dissertation as an impetus for the expedition. Since I was forced to lead, I intentionally assembled what I thought to be an incompetent team.
That's awesome.
Each of their personal ambitions would keep them distracted from work.
I mean, that does make sense.
Right? Meanwhile, I had a plan to fabricate the discovery of Ghost Link's remains toward the end of the expedition. I brought some simple cat bones with me and thought they would suffice. If they were discovered soon before we left the park, there wouldn't be time to test them properly. The evidence would be ambiguous, but it would be enough to return home with. Then I learned our jobs would be on the line should we come back without anything conclusive. Dr. Ricci informed me of the news after receiving an email from a board member at Whitlock. That sent me into a bit of a panic. I decided to plant the bones earlier than originally planned, just the discovery would be enough. I could destroy the bones before they were tested if need be. It would at least protect my job and my reputation. But then Toby caught me. He was foolish in his eagerness, but his intuition was always sharp. He would have pieced together that what I'd done sooner or later. There was nothing stopping him from ruining my entire career and reputation. I tried to get a hold of those photos he took, to no avail. But even if I had, Toby would still know. His existence itself was a threat to the life I'd painstakingly built. So after careful planning, I left a note for Toby in his tent that day. I intended to lure him to Echo Cavern with the promise of a site worthy of publication in international terrain. After he left camp, I made sure everyone had gone their separate ways before following him to Echo Cavern. When I arrived, he was laying down on the ground to take a photo of something. It gave me a convenient opening, so I didn't even think. I just acted. He quickly bled out after a few stabs to his neck and the back of his chest. It happened so fast there wasn't much of a struggle. I dragged his body closer to the cave entrance and scattered some food to attract predators. A bear would maul his corpse enough to cover up the wounds I'd inflicted. For good measure, I destroyed his camera to get rid of those incriminating photos. Then I quickly made my way back to camp. I chose the shortest trail past Knotwood River so that I could toss the knife before returning. From there, I simply had to mislead the team into searching the wrong area for several hours, buying enough time for his corpse to be found by a bear. Animal attacks are all too common in the wilderness, and I believed it would provide the perfect cover-up. I deeply regret my actions and hope my honest confession will be taken into consideration during my trial. Let's make one thing clear. Let's see.
That's not him anymore.
Oh. Let's make one thing clear. I don't believe this man deeply regrets anything. He was cornered with no way out and only regrets being caught. He probably hopes that his honesty will earn him a lighter sentence, but he cruelly and meticulously planned the murder of an innocent young man to protect his career, which was already built on a mountain of lies. In the end, the precious reputation he suffered to protect has been destroyed, and he'll serve the proper sentence for his crime. I'll inform Amy for the both of us. I'll spare her the details of Toby's death, unless she insists on knowing. But she should be able to rest easy and finally move on, knowing her friend's murderer has been brought to justice. By working so hard and putting your all into this case, I think you've brought honor to Toby's memory. The victim is often remembered for their unjust and tragic death, but I hope you can instead remember him for his life. I'll strive to do the same. Thank you again for all your help, Investigator. Michelle Gray, Private Investigator.
Cool. Pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
So that actually does make some sense, like with the scattering of the food. Remember, we were suspicious of that from day one with the open granola wrapper.
Well, we were thinking, because they sent us that claw, that we were thinking somebody had used it or whatever, but it sounds like a bear actually did.
Yeah, no, and I think that was very intentional. Because even in...
somewhat. Anyway.
Well, even in Beth Fleming's investigative report, and also with Conrad and Rusty, like, multiple people said Conrad and Rusty both wanted to go out searching right away instead of calling for help, but Rusty would not let them split up like Conrad was trying to get them to do. So Conrad immediately offered up going towards the Eagle's Nest, which was the exact opposite direction of where Toby's body really was. So that I also found suspicious at the time, because it was almost like he was trying to pull them in the exact opposite direction of where they should go, and they wandered around for a good half an hour before they called for help, and then no one admits what they did for the 3 to 4 hours until the help arrived. Because the help took 3 to 4 hours to hike in. So I thought that was kind of interesting. I'm like, did they just sit around the campfire telling stories and crying? Like, what did they do for 3 to 4 hours? But yeah, I definitely was suspicious that maybe he was trying to extend time so that there would be more options of a predator getting to Toby's body, for sure. Yeah. That does make total sense. Because it wasn't found till like 6 a.m. the next morning, I believe. So. Still sad. He was such a hard worker. I mean, Lillian treated him like a literal dog. Yeah. She's like, carry this bag back to camp. I'm not your mom. I'm not helping you. Like, she was mean. So, but... All right. That is posted in the Discord as well. We solved the puzzle. I'm so happy. With a major spoiler warning, obviously, for that. I agree. Yeah, definitely. That was a tough one, though. It was. So let's. Who said this was that is the liar. Yeah. So that is it for episode 6. If you are hanging out live with us, stick around. We're going to follow this up with a short, like, just recap of what we thought of the case and everything else as well. It was something that was brought up actually by one of our YouTube viewers that they really wanted to see what we thought of different cases without us having to spoil the case, right? So we're going to afterwards kind of discuss what we thought of the case and overall just some briefness to it without hopefully giving away anything really on it.
and be able to do that. It's kind of like a quick, like, little review of of the case. And
it'll be slightly cryptic, just because we don't want to give away too much in the review. But yeah,
absolutely. All right, so stick around, and if you're hanging out live, and we will get into that. If you are watching this on YouTube, thank you so much for sticking through the murder mystery of Moon Summit Mystery, Justice for Toby. And, don't forget, like, subscribe, share this with your friends if you want. Tell people about it. The more we can get in, the better. And we want to see this grow, and we want to keep it going.
Check out our other stuff, too. We've solved some other murder mysteries
absolutely.
as well.
So, all right. So stay safe, stay strange, and we will see you on the next case.